Some people make their fortune from tech, some from crypto. But how about becoming a millionaire from eating chicken? That's exactly what Amelia Dimoldenberg did, the face of Chicken Shop Date.
You ever had an STI?
These keys are too small, I can't do this.
Maybe your fingers are too fat.
Maybe you're too fat.
Like, bring out a ring or like get down on one knee. Like, I'm not in the mood today.
All right.
Just so we're clear.
Alright, I hear you.
Chicken Shop Date isn't your typical celebrity interview series. It's funny, laid back, and awkward. But how did a casual YouTube series about fried chicken end up turning Amelia into a millionaire, as well as getting the attention of some of the biggest names on the planet? Amelia didn't take the traditional route to fame. Born in northwest London, she learned early on that her skills were outside the classroom.
I started with the idea when I was 17 years old at a youth club in northwest London, where I'm from. I started going there after school on every Wednesday, and we made a magazine, and that's what we did. And everyone there was really into UK rap and grime, and so that was kind of like my introduction into that music specifically. And so it was very natural when it came to be that the question of who would I like to interview. It just seemed like, oh, of course I'm going to interview these rappers that everyone's talking about.
She wrote the Chicken Shop Date column in the magazine for 2 years, but Chicken Shop Date really found its place when she decided to take it to Gen Z's big screen, YouTube. She wanted to interview rappers, but she'd also never been on a date before, so she decided to combine the two. And when deciding a spot to do the dates at, she wanted it to be somewhere you'd never typically have a first date, which eventually led her to the idea of a chicken shop. The first episode aired on the 24th of March 2014, when Amelia was only 20 years old. That episode was with UK rap legend Gets, and the budget was low. I mean, it was so low that they couldn't even hire out the entire chicken shop, meaning the chicken shop was open while the interview was going on.
So for the first episodes, we haven't paid to shut the shop. The shop is open. And so we would have to stop recording when customers,
in. Oh my God, that's amazing.
It was just, I just didn't understand it. And also I didn't have any money to shut the shop.
I mean, she didn't even have her own mic in the early episodes, and you can really tell when you listen to the audio.
I like girls with a sense of humour.
Okay, so
Have a laugh, like, you know.
What do you do on weekends?
I rave mostly.
The interview got a few thousand views, but the interview technique was different. There was none of the polished BS answers that are usually given by celebrities in interviews, mainly because the questions they were getting asked were completely different as well. Over the next few years, she'd release only a handful more of the Chicken Shop Date episodes with rising stars in the UK at the time, and the audience were enjoying seeing these people looking uncomfortable. As Chicken Shop Date grew, she continued to attract stars in the UK like Maya Jama, Dave, Krypton Conan, all in the same year.
Before you came.
In 2018, she got the chance to host the show backstage at Wireless, having dates outside a chicken shop setting for the first time, as well as introducing international artists. And while still having under 100,000 subscribers, the current Sidemen manager, Jordan, secured her a deal with Vodafone to take Chicken Shop Date on tour.
And it was called the Hot Sauce Tour, and it was this hugely ambitious project. Like, at the time, it was kind of crazy that they agreed to doing this. The idea was me to do 3 episodes of Chicken Shop Date, and each episode would have a live show, free live show with that talent in 3 areas in the UK. So we did Manchester, Birmingham and London.
The deal lasted for 6 months, but Amelia realised after that she wanted to keep it in-house, where she was in control, and this would turn out to be the best decision she ever made. In 2019, the show was still growing, but the level of guests started to pick up. Instead of interviewing rising stars, she was now getting interviews with the bigger names in the UK, including KSI, H and Daniel Kaluuya. With viral moments in these interviews, Chicken Shop Date had grown to one of the biggest platforms in the UK for artists and actors to come and promote their new projects, simply by sitting down, eating chicken, being a little awkward and roasting a blonde girl for about half an hour.
Can you do impressions?
No.
None?
Can you do gigs?
What do you want me to do? What you want? What's a chicken shop?
And then when they meet me, they're like, oh wow, you're just really calm and chill.
Okay.
I would let you go on my phone now.
You would let me go on your phone?
Yeah.
and you will see that there's no girls on my phone.
Okay, let's see your phone.
I haven't got it on there.
2020, there was this little pandemic or something, I don't really know, so there was only like a couple virtual dates. But it was also the year when she expanded the chicken shop empire, introducing a new show, Amelia's Cooking Show. Similar to Chicken Shop Date, it paired interviewing celebrities in an unnatural environment, and it performed well, but not quite as well as Chicken Shop Date. And while it still looks to be running, there hasn't been another episode for about 2 years. Around 2021, she decided to change the name from Chicken Shop Date to her real name, Amelia Dimoldenberg. A small change, but one that would make a big difference to her personal brand in the future. Because whilst Chicken Shop Date was more known than Amelia was at the time, the show can only go on for so long, and so turning herself into a personal brand allowed for way more opportunities outside of Chicken Shop Date. Like the cooking show, Chicken Shop Date by this point was a cemented part of the UK scene. Most rappers who were somebody in the UK had been on the show, and if you hadn't, it was probably on your list. But September that year would also be a big turning point for the show, expanding the audience past the UK. Because as someone who's made videos on the UK rap scene for many years, that audience is only so big, meaning I'm always listening out and trying to see new ideas of what you guys want to see. So make sure you leave what you want to see in the comments below, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do not say it enough in my videos, and it shows, because about 99% of you who watched my last video are not subscribed, which is so crazy. It's completely free. Do me a favor, I beg. I'm begging. Minimize video, click subscribe, and we're back. Soon enough, I might get one of those plaques behind me, fingers crossed. Talking of plaques, Jack Harlow has a lot of them, and his interview with Amelia was what put Chicken Shop Date on the map globally to that level for the first time, being one of, if not the most viewed episode whenever you're watching this video.
What's your type?
My type? Dark hair. And I had my first Lucozade the other day.
Lucozade.
The orange drink.
What's your best chat up line?
Oh. Hi.
Was that it?
Undefeated.
The 6-minute interview had dozens of viral moments, leading to it being clipped and put all over social media. But only 5 months later, the show would go mega viral once again after the interview with Louis Theroux.
Okay, but I know you can rap.
That's nice of you to say.
Well, I mean, I know you have rapped, sorry.
I have rapped in a program I did, a Weird Weekends episode about rap.
Can you remember any of the rap that you did?
And after getting my most viewed video copyright strikes, I'm not even going to risk anything that's going to get that demonetized. So if you never heard the song, it goes something like this. My money don't jiggle jiggle, it folds. I like to see you wiggle wiggle, for sure. Makes me want to dribble dribble, you know. Riding in my Fiat, you really have to see it, you know the one. After the episode aired, DJs Duke and Jones made a remix of the rap into a song and a TikTok sound. It soon became a trend which took over the internet, leading to an official track being released on the 13th of May 2022, which currently sits on over 130 million streams on Spotify alone. That's just crazy, I did not know it was that high. Chicken Shop Date had now become a powerhouse in the new genre of internet interviews, which put celebrities in a much more natural environment than any mainstream media was. It was no longer a show just for UK rappers. It had grown and grown to having some of the world's biggest stars sit down in a Morley's chicken shop. It even spanned out of the chicken shop, interviewing England football players at their training grounds. Amelia's style of interviewing was a breath of fresh air that connected with the Gen Z audience, feeling more like a raw and intimate chat with a friend rather than a professional interview.
If you had to kill someone, how would you do it?
I think about this a lot. You can't be tried for murder if there is no body. So your best shot is to just put it somewhere where it'll never ever be found. But how? I'm not comfortable sharing.
Her unique questions made the show more than an interview, and her authenticity caught the eye of massive corporations because she was the face of Chicken Shop Date, but she didn't have to just be the chicken shop girl. And the decision a year or two ago to turn her brand away from Chicken Shop and more to her own personal brand was about to pay off big time, introducing Dims Inc. Dims Inc. was another branch off the Chicken Shop Date tree. It still had Amelia, still had celebrities, still had interviews, but it didn't need a chicken shop. The first video under the Dims Inc. brand was in February 2022, where she interviewed stars on the Brits red carpet.
It's mad that we're here now.
Yeah.
When 8 years ago, we were here now, but in a very different situation.
In a very different situation.
And I would just like to say thank you for agreeing to go on a date with me.
Tell them why.
Because I'd never filmed any before.
So, Gets was your what?
First date.
She'd returned to do it a year later, but the opportunities only grew. She interviewed actors like Andrew Garfield and Anya Taylor-Joy at the Golden Globes in 2022. And in July 2023, she was interviewing at the Barbie premiere. What started as a low-budget show, interviewing rising stars in the UK rap scene, had grown to her now interviewing the likes of Margot Robbie, Will Ferrell, Ryan Gosling, Dua Lipa, and more. Because of her questions and improvisation while interviewing, these interviews, similar to Chicken Shop Date, once again had some of the most viral moments to come from these events, which led to her being invited to even bigger award ceremonies like the Oscars in 2024. But no matter what, no matter how big the event got, no matter how big the name of the guest was, Amelia's style has never changed. I feel like she is one of the few YouTube stars who created a show that feels completely unique. She's clever, witty, absurd. I would be friends with her. She seems genuine. And that genuity is what made the show so big. Instead of selling out and letting the show be controlled by a big corporation, she stayed in control, keeping only a small team of people she truly trusts in. Looking back 7-8 years on the channel, the direction and demographic was clear, a platform to show UK rappers out of their natural environment. But come to the present day, she's managed to escape the niche UK rap demographic and make it global. Stars from every section of showbiz now feature on the channel, and I genuinely don't think that there's a name that the Chicken Shop Date couldn't attract, and yet they've stayed to their roots, still interviewing UK rappers on occasion who are frankly at this point smaller than the show, and yet the same amount of effort is put into every single video, and that's been part of the key formula. The brand, the image, the concept has never really changed, and it's been extremely consistent. Intro into each date, which has been the same for almost 10 years. The thumbnail style, which remains the same. The camera angles, the editing, it's all had a massive part to play in the success of the show. This clear strategy led to her launching her own creative studio under the name Dims Inc. Yeah, that's the same name from earlier, because although Dims Inc. is the logo put on those thumbnails for the red carpet interviews, it's actually much more than that. From the official Dims Inc. website, it says that they specialize in social strategy, creative consultation, production, and insights. Dims Inc. essentially became the mother company to all her shows. Chicken Shop Date, Amelia's cooking show, her own personal brand deals, a polished website for brands and potential guests on the show to see the portfolio and professionalism of the work. This has led to huge collaborations with the likes of Ciroc, Google, Nike, Netflix, just to name a few. Chicken Shop Date is more than just a show. It's a story of how authenticity, humor, and passion can turn a small idea into a multi-million-pound business. And the Chicken Shop Date brand is still expanding as she continues to build her brand and branch into new ventures. There's no doubt that Amelia's impact on the UK entertainment scene is only going to get bigger. What started as a small YouTube series, Scranning Fried Chicken, has turned Amelia into one of the most well-known faces in the UK internet media world.